Okay, so this is called a stump protector. Some people will call it a limb guard or post-op brace to protect the residual limb. So the idea and the use for this is immediately after surgery, after an amputation is performed, we use this one. Obviously, we're going to have staples and sutures here, and this is going to be a fresh wound, obviously due to the amputation. So we use this. It's a hard, rigid plastic. So if you were to bump on the ground or fall, that suture line will not bust open. The idea is one, to protect it, and then two, this limb guard goes up past the knee. And the idea is with Kevin's limb, we don't want his knee to be bent like this all day. Because what happens is when he's healing for a couple weeks post amputation, if he sat in a wheelchair or chair like this all day, he would develop a flexion contracture, and then we wouldn't be able to get him straight. So by having this on, it's obviously going to keep his leg straight, so we get a nice, fully extended leg. So there's two purposes to it. So this is what the inside looks like. There's a couple distal end pads here that go inside. That's just in case he bottoms out, it protects his limb. And then we have the hard, rigid part. This will contact the floor wherever he might hit. First up is we're going to take a post-op sock. So it's just a long, soft, real thick, fluffy sock that's easy to stretch over. So again, imagine we have staples and sutures here. We want to take this sock and we're going to just gently pull that up over the residual limb and onto his thigh here. Next up, we're going to take the stump protector. We're going to slide it up underneath his leg. We're going to open it up, and we're going to get him as far down in. We don't need him to be pushing or bottoming out in the bottom, but we want him pretty darn close. Next up, there's a little foam shield here. This goes over the shin on the top part. And we don't want this to be way over like so. We want to actually tuck this inside just ever so slightly. And then we take our black garment here. We pull that over to keep that in place. And then with the top one, this is real stretchy. So we want to make sure that we can press this a little bit. So if Kevin were to stand up and say shift from here to his wheelchair or to his bed, that this doesn't slide off. So a lot of times what I'll do is just compress this a little bit to make it tight so that this won't just slide right off. And then finally with the sock, we want to take the top edge and we want to fold this over. So just so when he's sitting there, this is more comfortable. If there's any Velcro or the sharp edge of the plastic, it's not rubbing against his skin. And then he can pull his shorts down over top of it. Again, most of the time this is used immediately after surgery for several weeks, somewhere between, I would say, a month to 2 months, depending on the patient. And then they'll start transitioning to getting their prosthesis.